Seriously, what's FTL? FTL is a procedurally generated roguelike from Subset Games. What this means is, every time you play through FTL, it's a new experience as worlds and events are generated randomly. Now, it has elements of sort of puzzle solving and action as you're trying to move characters and shoot weapons. It's a ton of fun. So let's go ahead and get started with a new game so you can see a little bit more of the gameplay type. The first thing you do is pick what type of ship you'd like to pilot for your mission. There are a couple of different types of ships, and you actually unlock more as you play through the game. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Taurus, and I'll set it to easy just so we can get through this one. So every time that you start a new game, as I mentioned, it's a brand new experience. The events are randomized, but your mission is the same. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You have to get to the end of the area in order to provide this vital information to the Federation, as there's an attacking fleet. So, continue. Now here you see your ship, the bubble is your shields, and you have your energy levels. And your energy levels is how you power up your weapons, your drones, and there's lots of different systems that you can upgrade as you go on. Your crew gets levels as they get better at the jobs that you assign them, and you can hire more crew as well. In addition, you can get new weapons as you proceed on, you can get new drones, there's different generalized improvements to your ship, like being able to collect more salvage, which is the currency of the game, both for experience as well as how you buy new things. Every time that you click the jump button, it brings you to the beacon map, and the beacon map will show you which areas you can transport to. When you click on one of these unvisited locations, that's when a new event is randomly generated. So each time you have to sort of see what occurs. You could get into a fight, you could find a slaver with crew, you could find a new planet, you could find a store. There's tons and tons of different options. So here, your arrival was greeted by the numerous computer alerts. The nearby automated rebel scout, okay, he's deployed a virus. So now we're gonna fight. So you fight by selecting the weapon that you want to use, and I've got to power up my anti-drone here. And then you select which location on the ship you want to target. So here I'd push the number 1 because that's my Ion Blast 2, and I'm going to target his weapon systems so that way he can't keep shooting at me. Okay, and I blew him up. Very simple. So that's a very easy beginning sort of experience. The ship explodes leaving behind a collection of useful scrap. You get 1 fuel, 2 missiles, and 16 scrap. The scrap, as I mentioned, is the currency of the game. It's how you level up your systems and buy new ones. The fuel, every time you jump, you use up a fuel, and that's this little atomic symbol here, 15. Missiles, I got 2. There are some weapons that use missiles. The Ion Blast is not one of those. And then here we've got 14 drone parts. You use up a drone part every time you use one of your drones. So continue. After the fight, you get a little bit of time to figure out what you want to do. So here you can see that my little pause button, what it looks like, is in red. That means that my door opening mechanism has taken some damage. So I'm going to send one of my guys here to repair that. In addition, I've got a guy who's kind of sitting here doing nothing, and I'm going to go send him to man the weapons. So the little 2 missiles here, that's the weapon bay. And then I'll send this guy to man the shields. And as they perform their tasks, which is piloting the weapon systems and the shields, they get better at their jobs. As you can see here with the little overlay, there's little inches of experience that a person gets. So they get better at their job the longer that they stay there. So let's keep on moving. Unvisited location. Do it. And what you basically have to do is to manage your resources. Okay, from nearby planet. Yeah, let's send an away party. Rebels have found you. The place is empty. Okay, and shut it off. So nothing. So each time, and I apologize, I'll go through these a little bit quickly just so you can see quite a few of these events. That's the other thing that can happen. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Remote settlement being blockaded by a pirate ship. The ship hastily messages you, stay out of this or you'll be next. Concentrate fire on. So I can either choose to attack the pirates or ignore them. I'm going to attack the pirates, those jerks. You asked for it. No, you asked for it. And let me power up my drones again. And so there's a couple of different tactics that you can use when you're fighting against another ship. Generally speaking, I like taking out their weapons first, so that way I don't have to worry about taking damage myself. That's generally one of the better ones. Now, as you go on, of course, they don't want to fight, they're trying to escape. Okay, so I'm switching now from attacking their weapons to attacking their engines. That way they couldn't escape. Alright, we give up. We're terrible at this pirating thing anyway. So then you get two choices. Let them go and you get this good stuff, or piracy cannot be forgiven. 13 scrap is actually decent, and 3 fuel is also decent. So I'm going to let them go. You can't really afford to be altruistic in this game, because you're managing resources. And sometimes when someone surrenders like that and they offer you some sort of compensation, it can be more that you'd get than if you were to destroy them, because when you destroy them, as you saw from the previous fight, you got to loot some stuff. In addition, for example, there are times where if you destroy the pirates, then the people that they were blockading contact you and give you even more stuff. So each time you have to sort of figure out the best way to proceed through the mission with the resources that you have. Obviously, after 17 jumps, if I don't find more fuel, my game's over. That's it. Let's go ahead. I'm going to save up my scrap here. That's this little cog. But you can see here I can power up my shields here. And if I were to spend 50 scrap, I would go up to 2 shield bars. You can get more system power for your weapons. This is your reactor, which gives you more power to fuel new systems. But we're going to get to the exit here, because we're just going to do a quick playthrough. Okay. Yeah, great. Federation sympathizers will give me scrap 15 and a defense drone Mark 1. Okay, and the defense drone shoots down incoming missiles and asteroids. So very good when you're in an asteroid field. There are lots. I'm going to just head over to the next sector. Normally what you'd want to do is search around a little bit, because especially in these starting areas, this is going to be your best chance to just find new stuff. And most of the events that you go through, just like a normal roguelike, you have to sort of blunder into it and lose, or do it horribly inefficiently, and then realize that the next time you play through the game. The advantage that FTL has, not only does it have the sci-fi aspect to it, the theme, which I love, but the other great part about it is you get these permanent unlocks depending on some of the achievements that you do. Like I said, you can unlock new ships, you can unlock alternate layouts. So it's really interesting, the different types of sort of permanent bonuses that you can get for just a normal playthrough. Not only is a playthrough fun, but in addition, you also get these permanent bonuses to improve your playthroughs. And there's like this super secret ship that's amazing. In addition, the developers are coming out in 2014 with an additional expansion pack, so there's going to be even more content moving forward. Okay, forward scout of the rebel fleet. Well, we can't have those rebels hang around. Oh, powering up their FTL. Okay, so we're going to launch our anti-drone. We're going to target their attacks, and you can see there's a little guy here. There's a guy here attacking my ship. There are teleporters that can send enemies into your ship, and so you have to manage your troops on the field in order to make sure they don't just sit there and blow up your stuff. Okay, let's get this guy back. Ooh. Okay, that just decompressed my ship, so I'm going to start losing oxygen from that missile hit. I've got to keep his engines delayed, because otherwise he's just going to zip right out of here. Okay, and now these guys are going to send him to the med bay. Okay, and my oxygen is running out, so I gotta go quickly repair my oxygen, send these guys here. And so, like I said, it's really important to be able to manage all of these different resources. Okay, I gotta do another support drone. Okay, and now I can open up the drawers and start getting some air through my system. Ship breaks apart, and you're relieved to know that you're still one step ahead of the fleet. Whew, okay. Missiles, drone parts, and scrap, that's great. Because obviously I took some damage there. And the redness on here is the lack of oxygen. So let's get everyone back to their appropriate locations. You're on shields, dude. And let's see here. So you can see Junpeng, and he's been piloting a little bit, so he gets a little bit better. You see that little green bar? That's the experience that I was mentioning. That means he's better at piloting, a little bit better at dodging, once you get to the next level, which will change the bar from green to yellow. Lots of neat little things. Okay, so now what we'd like to do is find a store, if at all possible, because we want to repair this hull damage. Oh, this is a fight-heavy run. Sensors indicates it's a storage vessel. Okay, well, I'm going to attack it, buddy. But this time I'm going to target weapons, because he's not trying to flee. Good, I got one of his weapons down. And he's got an ion cannon too, which misses. And as your weapon, you can see that the gunner here is getting a little bit of experience. Every time you fire, you get a little bit more experience. He gets a little bit better at aiming, so you miss less. And you end up unlocking or being able to buy more weapons as time goes on. So you get these big, like, you know, Destructor Doom type weapons that blow stuff up really fast. Obviously, I've just got sort of the beginner craft right now. Okay, gotta power up another of these guys, because he ran out of energy. They only have a certain number of shots before they go away. Now we're messing them up. Yeah! Haha! That'll teach you to auto-store stuff, you robot dastard, you. Okay, 24. And I'll investigate the station, and here's one of those progressive events, where sometimes you just destroy the carrier, and then you get some stuff, and then you move on. But here, I destroyed the carrier, got some stuff, and I got 17 scrap and an anti-ship beam drone. And beams are... there's a couple different weapon types. There's the ions, which is disables. There's beams, which can't go through shields, but do more damage. There's regular shots, which can either do shield damage or hull damage. Or there's missiles, which are very big on hull damage. So each one, you just have to kind of balance out your ship. Okay. Oh my gosh, a fight is unavoidable. Lots of unavoidable fights. They're coming right for me. I'll make the Federation and be like, hey guys, I couldn't stop those fights, you know? I know you're suing for peace with the rebels, but they're coming right for me. Nothing I could do, seriously. Really, I'm just a warmonger. Okay. And these initial fights are very easy to manage, especially with this configuration. 3 fuel, 22 scrap, not too bad. Great. Let's jump. We want to find a store. Let's move over here. Ugh. Asteroid belt. Automated scout already. Okay, gotta get this up fast. So asteroids in an asteroid belt will keep hitting you and dropping your shields. So you've got to try and finish off an opponent quick and then jump out because, oh wow, yeah, boom. That's what you get. So here, I don't really want to hang around here because asteroids will keep hitting me. And I have to wait for my FTL drives, faster than light drives, to power up. So come on there, pilot, get going, Junpei. Here we go. Jump out of here. Perfect. Store. Wonderful. Get me there. Okay, so now I've amassed a pretty sizable chunk, 192. So let's go ahead and see what's for sale. I can buy more crew. The Mantis, there's a bunch of different races. The Mantis deal double damage in combat, so if one of your opponents teleports onto your ship, then you run really quick and chop them up. You can repair, you can buy more fuel or more systems. I'm going to fix all of my hull. I am also going to buy a Mantis. And it's important to keep your fuel supplies up. And I'm also going to take the drone parts because I'm chewing through drone parts right now. And do I have anything I want to sell? I am going to sell my beam weapon because I just do not need that. And then what I'll also do is go to my ship. Now that I finally found a store and I've been able to buy things, not too much unfortunately, I'm going to upgrade my ship a little bit. So here you can see that my drone information, I've got 3 bars here, which means the maximum amount of energy I can put into this is 3 energy. The anti-ship drone takes 2, and the defense drone takes 2. So what I'm going to do is increase the capacity of my drone control by 1 by spending 30 scrap, and then I'm also going to increase the amount that my reactor outputs. So now I've got a 4 capacity and a 3 energy. That means I need to do 1 more power, and now I've got 4. So what I can do now is I can activate both an anti-ship and a defense drone. So that can be good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get over to that exit. Oh my gosh, so many rebels. I mean, it's like they've taken over already. An intruder's on board, okay. Oh, a flushed and panicky rebel soldier has teleported aboard. The rebel, who appears unarmed, repeatedly declares his peaceful intentions. It seems the rebel life has lost its charm. So I can either accept this guy on board and then fight the rebel ship, or I can reject him and kick him off. Now this can lead to a couple different options. I'm going to accept his proposal and fight the ship, because I'm still in the beginning stages and I want to build up some more scrap. Now, of course, your new crew member smiles, then reveals a small remote trigger in the palm of his hand. Explosion rock around the ship as more intruders teleport aboard. So, yes. Idiot. Obviously, he's a rebel, and he convinced me to do the wrong thing. Okay, so let's get going. Anti-ship. We're gonna bring our new Mantid over to start doing some damage, and we're gonna start shooting up. I mean, we're going to start shooting people. Ha! Heroin. Disabling those weapons. While managing my crew's health, you can see the green bars here are their health levels. And the red health there is their health levels. Obviously, my Mantid is doing crazy work here. Oh, whew! I was just about to pull him out. Oh, and then I lost track of the other ship. Okay, so let's get him over here, and we'll get the Mantid onto the engines. I'm actually going to switch these guys, so that way he starts to get better at shields. Okay, my anti-ship is still going well. That's good, that's good. Perfect. And so yeah, it's like trying to pay attention to two things at once, because, for example, like my guy almost died, but what you could do is you could pull him out, send him to the med bay so he heals. Oop, got to keep up that that anti-weapon thing, and then send another guy over. So you kind of try and relay your guys so you keep fighting off people. So you keep your guys fresh and nobody dies, because as soon as a crew member dies, that is it. Oops. Okay, so I accepted their proposal, whatever it was. And that's one of the problems with using hotkeys. You can also click on the weapon. It just so happens that, you know, if you push 1 to select a weapon, you can accidentally choose whatever the number 1 thing is. But whatever, I'll let them off the hook. They only detonated an explosive on my device and teleported multiple guys and almost got one of my crew killed. That's fine. Bygones be bygones. Let's get out of here. Okay, so we're going to the FTL beacon. Long-range beacon. Oh my gosh. Okay. An unidentified ship is badly damaged and still being assaulted by a space pirate. The victim begins a distress message until the pirate cuts in and offers to split the bounty if you sit tight. Gosh, I'm down to 10 drone parts. I'm going to actually accept their bribe. Good choice. Yep. Go ahead and blow those guys up. That's fine. Yes, cruel and heartless. Hey, I've got a mission. I've gotta focus on my mission, yo. Okay, so we are going to take the Zoltan controlled sector. Every time you make it to a long-range beacon, you get 2 choices of path. And as you can tell, the sectors here are color-coded: civilian, hostile, and nebula. Nebula is very bad. You lose a lot of capabilities unless you have one of a particular type of race on board. Okay, Zoltans. Let's do it. I'm just going straight to the exit. Because with all this fighting, I haven't been able to find any new weapon systems, and so I'm still fighting on my old stuff, and I'm now 2 systems in. So this is where it's going to start to get very difficult if I don't happen upon a store and I'm able to buy some better weapons. Okay. Yep. In other words, nothing. Speaking of stores, let's take a look. Okay. Oh, still nothing. Okay, well, I'll fix my repair. I'll repair my hull. And so here's another crew type, Zoltan and Slug. So the Slug has telepathic powers. These guys, the Zoltans, are pretty cool because they provide power to an occupied system. So you stick them in a room and they power up whatever they're on. And there's a couple of different types. So one of the achievements is like having 1 of each type. I need drone parts badly because I'm heavily reliant on my anti-ship. I'm not going to buy any more fuel, though. I need to sort of hope that I can get some more scrap. Light asteroid field is low. Okay, cool. That's just one of those, hey, nothing's going on here. Let me check this store out. But I need to get a little bit more scrap, and I need to be able to buy another weapon. Otherwise, in the next area or 2, it's going to get basically impossible. Okay, Mantis crew, hunker down. Yep, black market. Long-range scanners. Reverse ion field. Protects your ship from ion damage, giving a 20% chance to negate it entirely. Neat. Or additional info about nearby beacons on the star map. That'll tell you if there's like asteroid belts or solar flares or some kind of hazard. So that can be neat, but I've got to save my scrap in an attempt to get more weaponry. So here is a nebula. I'll go ahead and jump into here so you can see what that looks like. It's normally disadvantageous to fight in a nebula. Okay. But it identifies you as hostile, so we are blowing it up. Okay. So the difference between fighting in a nebula and fighting normally is here you can see you can't see what's going on in these locations, in these grayed out boxes. So if like there was an intruder who teleported on board, luckily this is an automated ship so I don't have to worry about that. But if there was an intruder on board, I wouldn't be able to see him. You can see damage levels, so if something keeps exploding, then you'll be like, oh hey, something's going on there. But you can't see if a fire is happening, you can't see if a system, if there's people in there. And so you have to just sort of send people blindly to look through your ship to see if there's anything going on. Unless you have one of those slug guys, then the slug guys automatically keep that going for you. Okay, so again, no weapons in the store, and it'd be nice to get some sort of like missile weapon or something. Okay, scans reveal a large asteroid field. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials while we wait for the FTL to recharge. Sure, let's explore it. Haha, sweet. 2 missiles and 38 scrap. That's exactly what I needed to happen. So let's jump to the next sector, and hopefully we can find another store that actually has weapons. So there's pirate-controlled or NG. Since I'm weapon light, I'm not going to go into a pirate sector, but you can get like lots of loot from pirate sectors if you've been able to beef up your ship. Okay, NG space. The Mantis have been threatening the NG core worlds. Let's go. We want to find a store with weapons this time. Okay, distress call. Assistance required. Imminent destruction. Yeah, sure, we'll respond. And here again. Foolish meat sacks, he yells. Sensors indicate the ship's moving in, so it's just a ruse. He just decided to do that. Oh, and we've got some Mantid here who are just chopping up my dude. Let's get him to here. Attack. We got to get this going. Okay, he's hurt, so I'm going to cycle him through. Let's get the captain in there. Okay, now there's fire. This is not looking good. Gotta get these guys off my deck. Okay, let's get a couple more guys in here to try and finish them off. Junpeng, get out. Okay, we got him. Now we've got to get the most healed guys into here. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. This is extraordinarily dangerous. I'm burning! We've got massive amounts of damage. We're running on very low... Oh, one of my guys already died. This could be it. This could be it. We've lost oxygen because the oxygen's on fire. It's catastrophic. Oh, this looks almost unreachable or unwinnable. Oh yeah, they're lighting me up so bad. Okay, let's try. All of my systems are down. I've lost oxygen. Oh my god, this is horrible. Okay, we gotta go down fighting here. Yep, he's gone. Come on, repair the oxygen, guys. Repair the oxygen. We still got weapons. Keep firing. Okay, we've got the oxygen. Okay, now we need to repair this hull. We need to repair this. We got to get this oxygen levels back up. We're at 23% oxygen. We've lost our weapon strength. The hull, he's not going to be able to repair it in time. He died. No, but it did stop the fire. Okay, let's open up the doors. We're at 31% oxygen. Our shield's down. Our weapons are down. They are just... Oh, well, good. At least I've got oxygen now. I can breathe while they destroy me. Okay, gotta try and get the weapons back up online. This is just catastrophic. Okay, game over. All my crew members have died. Your ship will continue to drift for eternity or until looters destroy it. Luckily, there's a looter right there, so they can pillage it and move on. And that's it. That's an example playthrough. Obviously, I didn't get a a store that had extra weapons. I ran into a pretty tough enemy, and gone. So normally what you do is a little more exploring. Obviously you have to weigh that with the approaching rebel fleet, so you have a limited number of turns before they finally take over the sector, and that's why you're running away from them. So you'd spend a little more time in the areas, generating some more resources, finding some more stores, getting new weapons, getting more crew, beefing up your ship, so that way when you come to a fight like this, you'd be able to take it on. At least this gives you a little bit of an idea about how a game of FTL proceeds. So we're going to go to the main menu, and go to New to show you a couple of the different things you can unlock. So here are some achievements. When you're using this ship, what you try to do is get these certain things done. So like, for example, when you're using the Taurus, you want to have 3 drones functioning at the same time, and then you unlock this achievement. You want to destroy an enemy ship using only drones and no weapons, and have 4 enemy systems or subsystems ioned at the same time while using an NG cruiser. So once you unlock 2 of the 3 of these, you get an alternate layout, and that gives you different crew types and different weapon layouts. And so with each ship, there's there's a Type A and Type B loadout, and there's a few different ships, and like I said, that you can even unlock more. There's a couple extra ships. And again, in 2014, there will be an additional patch that has some additional stuff as well. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Seriously, What is FTL? Obviously, if you like the content, please take the time to subscribe. And, as always, I'm MSB, wishing you good games and good times.